True Vine Ministries, a place of faith, hope, and love. I'm your talk show host, Pastor Rhetta Jackson-Fear. Today we're going to have a transition and life coach joining us. We're going to talk about the topic of transition. Stay with us when we return in a moment. Hello, my name is Pastor Rhetta Jackson-Fear, and I am the senior pastor of True Vine Healing and Deliverance Ministries. I would just like to invite you out to True Vine if you're looking for a church home or a church family. True Vine is truly a place where Jesus is the true vine and we are the branches. It is also a place where much fruit is produced as we remain in Him and Him in us. We are located at 1 South Main Street, South Toms River, New Jersey. Come on by. Welcome back to our show. Joining us today is Sabrina Page. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. Sabrina is a transition and life coach,
yes,
correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
What inspired you to become a coach?
Yeah, so I've been doing this work for over 20 years. And within that 20 years, of course, 20 years ago, I didn't know what I was doing. But people always come to me, ask for advice, help guide them through different life challenges and barriers. And at one point, I was working for a corporation who then asked me to be an official career and life coach for their employees.
Okay.
And so that transitioned my entire career into this fantastic passion that I have to impact individuals' lives and to help them to move past emotional and mental barriers to get them from where they are today to where they desire to be. So I love what I do, and I just continue to walk that journey of assisting individuals and organizations.
Yes. It's interesting that you describe it as a passion. Doesn't it feel good to just do what you enjoy doing?
Amen. I love the fact that it's not even work.
Yes.
Right? It's not even work, and it's a service.
Yes.
And just to work with individuals and just to see the transition that is occurring within their life is just so rewarding to me. So definitely it's a passion, and it drives me each and every day.
So what population do you work with, or do you specialize in a specific population?
Typically I work with women. But I also work with a few amazing men, and so I specialize in as a career reinventions consultant. I really help individuals once they're in we have many individuals working in corporations. They've been there for many, many years, but they're feeling stuck, and they're feeling in a way that maybe they're unappreciated or they're undervalued, or maybe even they can't get any further in where they are right now. But they're not able to lean into the fear, right, in order to make that next step and move. So I work with individuals from a career perspective, but from a transition perspective, we transition in our lives so many ways, right? Often, right? So I work with individuals who are going through divorce. To help them to transition from being with a partner to then being on their own. I work with single moms. I work with individuals who are retiring, because that's a transition in itself.
Yes, it is.
The next morning after, right? What do you do, right? So, any transition that that individuals go through, I help walk them through kind of what are the next steps, and guide them based on the pillars that I have within my organization, which is called Strategically Inspired Solutions.
Amen.
Yes.
Well, it's interesting, when you talked about people transitioning in their career, you said there is a small population that feel like they're stuck. And I don't know if there's a word, if you can ever be totally stuck. And sometimes it's just that fear of moving on or not knowing how to move on.
Yeah. Actually, in research, we talk about the fact that there are several individuals. I mean, you would be surprised how many people have been in careers for so long, and life becomes a routine. It becomes a habit. They become comfortable, right? But deep down inside, they know that I can do more. I want to do more. I want to live out my purpose. Deep down inside, they feel when there's an emotional angst within their spirit and soul that wants them to do something different. But when it comes to moving into that direction, there's a couple of things. Number one is they don't know how. Right? Number two, there's some fear of change, because once you become comfortable, when you're kind of like you're sitting there and you're saying, I've been doing this for years, I might as well stay. Right? But when you're uncomfortable, transformation occurs, right? Absolutely.
And sitting in comfortability, it's what we know. But getting, out of the comfortability also takes work. And some people just aren't willing to do the work. But I dread that word stuck, because I know, and especially for God's people, there's no such thing as being stuck. We always have options. It's just, are we going to open our spirit up and tune our ears, incline our ears to God, to what's next? Because there's always something next.
Amen. And I think a lot of times as you start to have conversations with individuals, they and you start to ask questions, they already have the answers. It's already inside of them. And so that paralyzing feeling that they have, it's a simple conversation. You'd be surprised in who you touch just by having a simple conversation, regardless of where you are, to help someone to realize that they can take that first step and move forward.
That is so true. And when you described helping someone transition just through a simple conversation, it brought me back to my days early on when I obtained my license to counsel. And there was such a misconception in counseling. A lot of people believe that counseling is telling someone what to do. But like coaching, it's listening. Because, if the same spirit that is in you, in me is in you, then God has already, unctioned your spirit to make you uncomfortable with where you are, and also begin imparting in you on there's more, there's something next.
Yes. And if I can build on that, when you're having those conversations with the individuals, a lot of times they are in a place of kind of, emotional distress in some sense, right? Mental distress. And they're not in just that word of comfort, that word of boosting their confidence, that word of just, you can do it, is a place where they just need to hear it. Sometimes they need to hear it to move forward. And that's what we do as coaches. We ask the questions. And the questions that we ask, they have all the answers.
Most certainly. Well, more with life coach Sabrina Page when we return in a moment. Hello, my name is Pastor Rhetta Jackson Fear, and I am the senior pastor of True Vine Healing and Deliverance Ministries. I would just like to invite you out to True Vine if you're looking for a church home or a church family. True Vine is truly a place where Jesus is the true vine and we are the branches. It is also a place where much fruit is produced as we remain in Him and Him in us. We are located at 1 South Main Street, South Toms River, New Jersey. Come on by.
Why dosage massage and body work? We believe that massage is not just a luxury, but a necessity of life. It helps the whole body, mind, body, and spirit, so you get the therapeutic benefits of massage, not just the physical. We offer massage, different types of massage, hot stones, deep tissue, lymphatic drainage, your regular Swedish. We offer cryos, body slim, and facial. We do have a signature product line. It's called Sophia Rose Delight. It helps with sinuses, migraine, sore muscle. It's organic and it is available through our website. Our goal when you leave dosage massage is to leave transformed, mind, body, and spirit. Come see me.
Welcome back. Again, our topic today is transitions with life coach Sabrina Page. Prior to going on the break, we were talking about getting through the fear of transitioning. And so, Sabrina, that's what I want to ask you. What are the main reasons people have a hard time transitioning? Is it only fear?
Yeah. So there's so many different elements, and every person is unique. Right?
Yes.
Every person is unique. And everyone has they've had their own journey that they've traveled in life. And so a lot of times that past, right, and the things that they have walked through or gone through within their past is still stuck inside of them.
Yes.
I know you hate that word, but it's still inside of them.
Because that's what it feels like you're stuck.
And they carry it along with them. So it's not just fear, it's self-doubt, lack of confidence. It's, can I do it?
Yes.
I don't think I can do this. What would somebody else say if I do this?
Yes.
So it's so much. It's the noise that they've heard all of their life, and maybe they're still hearing it now.
Yes.
And so to help someone transition through that, it's to help them to recognize their values.
Yes.
And once they recognize their values, if their values is respect, if their values is integrity, if their values are motivation and confidence and moving towards their goal, they then learn to stand firm in those values and they make those decisions. But it's why they hire life coaches, right?
Yes,
right?
yes.
To help them to build that confidence. It's already in them.
Yes.
So we're just helping them to unleash who they really are. Right?
Yes, so the bringing out what's already there.
Absolutely.
Amen. In your profession, in you being a life coach, do you get a lot of rebellion? Because I know with fear of the unknown comes with some rebellion.
Yes. So, it's an uncomfortable conversation.
Of course.
As a life coach, it's my job to really ask those deep questions.
Yes.
It's my job to be able to ask the questions that hit those pain points within an individual. So it becomes uncomfortable.
Yes.
And as it starts to become uncomfortable, that's when you see people kind of rebel and they don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yes.
But then as we continue those conversations, they then notice that, they start acceptance, right?
Yes.
Because it's first, when you're transitioning, the first stage of transitioning is anxiety and fear and all of those different emotions. And then you go through the lack of confidence. But that's stage 3 of acceptance.
Yes.
We just have to help them get to that stage. And once we get to that stage, that's when they can start to see there's a better outlook on life, and they can actually get there. So yes, a lot of rebellion, a lot of me holding individuals accountable, which they appreciate.
Now that's important,
right?
Accountability.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And also putting it down on paper so that they can see it. I believe in roadmaps.
Yes.
This is where you are today. Let's see where do you want to be?
Yes.
Let's help get you there. What do we need to do in order to help get you there? And once they start seeing that progress, and they start feeling that love, that positivity, and that empowerment and that strength, then you see them to start moving. I mean, we talked about the other day, it is a point of surrendering.
Yes, it is.
It is a point of surrendering to help you get to that place where you desire and deserve to be.
Yes, most certainly. When you describe that, I thought about, you all are going to laugh, but I thought about as a child growing up, and even raising my children, there was a little train called Thomas the Engine.
Yes.
And Thomas would go uphill and he would say, I think I can, I think I can.
Yes.
And that's how we are when we are transitioning.
Yes.
And so just simply amazing.
Yeah.
So what methods, are there specific methods that you use? Again, knowing that it's detailed for, and each person is different. Are there different methods that you use?
Yeah. So there are several different coaching methods.
Okay.
But my business is I've found pillars that everything that I do, whether it's a life coach, whether it's a transitions coach, whether I have group settings, whether I'm a speaker, whether I'm working with organizations, I focus in on 5 different pillars that I stand firm and stay true to. Number 1 is recognizing your value. We talked about that.
Yes.
And really understanding what are your core values and start to make decisions based on those values. And it's not just life decisions, but just making the decisions around the journey that you want to travel in order to get you to where you need to be. Start thinking through to the end to understand what those consequences are.
Yes.
Number 2 is embracing your uniqueness. So I help individuals to really love themselves. Identify what is unique about them. Because at the end of the day, that's what makes them who they are. God did not make all of us the same. We're all very unique, right? So really to help them understand that and love that about themselves. Live their own reality and not someone else's is number 3. Shut down the noise. Protect your energy. Protect your space. I mean, just protect your peace. Start living your life for yourself and not for anyone else. And that's hard for us because a lot of times individuals kind of follow the lead of others, right? But really identify what is it that you want and stand firm in that. And then I also discover your God-given purpose. God gave us a purpose to do amazing things. And so what is that? And understand that there may be a vehicle that you're traveling in, and you're like, this is not my purpose. But you better believe that vehicle may take you to that purpose.
Amen.
Right?
Yes.
And then also speak your truth.
Yes.
I'm not talking about telling the truth, but speak your emotional and mental truth. That will help you move towards a better place in your life.
Amen. Amen. Well, this is awesome. You are definitely helping me, and I know that you are helping our viewers. So stay with us when we return for our last segment. Sabrina is going to share her personal information for any viewers that may be interested in receiving her services when we return in a moment. Hello, my name is Pastor Rhetta Jackson Fair, and I am the senior pastor of True Vine Healing and Deliverance Ministries. I would just like to invite you out to True Vine if you're looking for a church home or a church family. True Vine is truly a place where Jesus is the true vine and we are the branches. It is also a place where much fruit is produced as we remain in Him and Him in us. We are located at 1 South Main Street, South Toms River, New Jersey. Come on by. Welcome back to our show. Sabrina was just sharing steps to transition, and one of the steps was telling your truth or speaking your truth. So Sabrina, can you talk more about truth and getting through the emotional part of transition?
Yes, absolutely. So a lot of times when individuals, they are afraid to speak their emotional truth.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about telling the truth. I'm talking about speaking that truth that's deep down in your spirit.
Yes.
That truth that has haunted you from maybe things that have happened to you in your past that may be affecting you right now.
Yes.
And a lot of times when it comes to transition, especially with whether you're going through a divorce or whether you're having issues in your career,
yes,
a lot of people are afraid to speak that, how they're feeling,
yes,
right? And they're afraid to use the power of their voice
yes,
in order to get to where they want or need to be.
yes.
And so working with individuals to really get to a place where they start to use the power of their voice
Yes.
in the right way.
Exactly. Now that's, I feel like that's the key.
In the right way.
Yes.
Because when you're speaking your emotional truth, you have to come to someone with respect.
Yes.
In order to get respect. If you want them to hear you,
yes,
you need to make sure that you're speaking very clearly, you're
yes,
speaking very firmly, but you're vulnerable when it comes to having that conversation.
yes.
I mean, I've had to speak my truth when I had to talk to my husband about a divorce. That was the emotional truth
Yes.
that I had to speak. I was very vulnerable. I had to make sure that I spoke that word and used my voice in a way in which he understood.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And understood my feelings and why I was feeling that way.
Yes.
So helping people to use the power of their voice is very important
Yes.
to get them to another level and see the changes in their life, because then they start to speak up for themselves.
Yes.
They start to
yes.
build that confidence.
Yes.
But again, they have to know how to do it the right way.
So that they will
Right.
be heard, so
Absolutely.
that they will be received.
Absolutely.
And ultimately, I can see how speaking your truth can not only just help you, but other people
Yes.
that are involved
Yes.
to encourage them to speak their truth. Or if someone has been offended and, one may need to speak their truth to them to help that person as well that caused the offense.
Yeah, and when you speak your emotional truth,
Yes.
you would be surprised. It sets you free.
Yes.
It sets you free
Yes.
from everything that you may have. I mean, I always say, it's this little girl, a little man that's inside of you that's screaming to get out.
Yes.
And that's the emotional pains of the past,
Most
right?
certainly.
But once you get to a point where you have that voice and you can start to speak your emotional truth,
Yes.
then it just sets you free. Maya Angelou, I love Maya Angelou.
Oh, me too.
Right?
Yes.
Maya Angelou, when
Yes.
she was 8 years old, she
Yes.
was sexually assaulted by a family member.
Okay.
And so she did not speak for 5 years.
Wow.
This amazing woman who is like the number one influencer when it comes to the being a poet, being a professor, right?
And inspiring.
She did not
yes.
speak for 5 years. She did not use the power of her voice.
Wow.
However, when she started reading poetry at 13, her voice became heard.
Yes.
Right? And as she started to grow more into her life, And then she became one of the most influential women
Yes.
that we hear today.
Yes.
She started saying words that encouraged us to be confident. She used the power of her words not only to help her heal emotionally, but she used the power of her words to help the world heal. Right? And so that's what I'm talking about when I say speak your truth.
Yes.
Speak your emotional truth. It will help transition you to get you to where you deserve and desire to be.
Yes, yes, wow. So the very things sometimes that we try to hold in could be God helping us to transition, but also to help other people, as you talked about Maya Angelou. And now, you know, again, she's known for her voice, as you stated, and inspiring others.
Yes. A lot of times, you know, people have to understand, you know, we talked about this previously, we don't want to surrender. You have to surrender to God because He is the one that is guiding you down this journey. You know, a lot of times people are trying to drive the bus when they just need to sit in the passenger seat, right? And let God drive that bus and trust that He's going to take you down this journey where you need to be.
And because He's Alpha and Omega. He knows the beginning from the end.
That's right.
Well, this has been such a great conversation and enlightening to me, as well as I know our viewers. Please share with the viewers how they can contact you if they need any of your services.
Yes. So if you are looking for a transitions coach, if you have any obstacles or barriers in your way, in your life or your career, you can reach out to me at www.sismotivation.com. Again, I am a transitions coach. I am a life coach. I also specialize in careers. So I also want you to take advantage of a program that I am offering, which is Be the CEO of Your Career. Reclaim your life. Stop working for just a paycheck. Build that confidence in order to transition into a place where it fulfills you and gives you that purpose. Go to my website. Again, there's www.sismotivation.com. If you go down, you'll see the event and register for the event. It starts November 2nd. It is a 12-week powerful course. 12-week powerful course. So hopefully I'll see you there.
Amen. Amen. Well, thank you once again for joining us. It's been very enlightening, and I might be giving you a call. You said some powerful stuff.
Thank you so much.
And I want to thank all of you for watching our show on today. God bless you. Until we meet again, same time, same place. God bless you.